Hey guys, it's Dr. Tanya Lowe. It's Friday. I'm trying out some new stuff in the lab. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I love gadgets and I love technology. So I am using a new gadget, something that my friend Sean Thomas told me about. I think it's called an octopus, and it's holding my phone. Here on my desk. So I'm trying it out today. Hey Heidi. And then I also have a joystick. If you guys haven't gotten that joystick, it allows you to kind of do your live streams in two places at once. I got it. I hadn't tried it out yet. Probably try it out this weekend. So I love gadgets, love gadgets, because they help make my life so much easier and better, and it just, and then I like them too. So, so I want to talk to you about a couple of things today. I'm always getting the question, what is a riot? Why do you want us to start a riot? And why are you a riot starter? Well, I want you to know that I'm not talking about breaking windows, taking TVs, and all of that foolishness. I'm talking about starting a riot for your life, your business, and your career. But most importantly, your legacy. Most importantly, your legacy. Because guys, when you sit around and you talk about what you can't do, what you don't feel like doing, what you're too old to do, guess what? Somebody's listening to that. Whether it's your family, your children, someone that you never even thought was paying attention to you, they hear that, they're listening, and guess what? That's your legacy, and that's what's going to be replicated. So, Want to Start a Riot, Change, which was my first book, which is my only book right now, but that is the book that started the movement for Riot Starter. And so I call it being a riot starter because whenever you're in that place, that place of indecision, that place of trying to make a decision, and you ask your mama, you ask your husband, you ask your sister, and they tell you all the reasons why you can't and you shouldn't. You don't need to leave your job. You don't need to start a business. Don't you have enough to do? And for a lot of people, you feel like you're in a riot. All of those voices coming at you at the same time. And for many of us, we do absolutely nothing. We do absolutely nothing. And so then you get to the end of a decade, you get to the end of your life, and you have regrets. I oftentimes say that there's so many amazing dreams buried in the cemetery. So many amazing dreams buried in the cemetery. Will yours be buried there? So forget about all of that. Start the riot for your life, your business, and your career, but most importantly, your legacy. Your legacy. So that's what I want to talk about today, because someone's always in my inbox asking me, what is this about the riot starter? What is the riot starter? Well, the riot starter is about getting moving, getting started with those things that you keep putting off, like writing that book, moving up in your career, or even starting that business, or even going on a vacation. Whatever your riot is, there's some things stopping you from starting it, and I'm saying start the riot anyway. Yes, there are going to be people that are going to be upset about it. Yeah, there are going to be people that aren't going to support you, but guess what? Your riot is about you. It's not about them. And I promise you, because I've seen it myself, when you start it, when you step out on faith, when you make it happen for you, guess what? They're going to be right behind you, trying to follow you and ask you how you did it and what do I need to do. Now, they may not come to you right away, but they're watching you. You know why? Because people are always watching. They're always watching. So let's give them something to talk about. So I got 5 tips for you today. 5 tips to help you get your life to start your riot. So the first one is clarity. When I'm working with my clients and I ask them, so what is it that you want to do? Where do you want to go? Oh, I don't know. Guess what, guys? Clarity is not trying to figure out if there's life on Mars, okay? Clarity is just that. Remove the veil from your eyes and just get real clear about what is it that I want to do? What would I do for free? What do I enjoy doing? And start there. We make clarity seem like it's so hard to obtain. We make clarity seem like it's rocket science or something like that, or open heart surgery. Clarity is just really stepping back and having that question, that conversation with yourself about, what the hell do I want to do with the rest of my life? What do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? And I'm going to tell you this, the reason why some of you struggle with clarity, and you know what you should be doing, you know what your assignment is, it scares you. Your assignment scares you. It's too big for you in your brain. You're trying to do it by yourself. And so you say, I don't know what I should be doing. I don't know what I really want to do. When deep down you do know what you want to do, but you know that if you put it out in the universe, you're going to get some flack about it. You're a riot starter. Start to riot anyway. The second thing is assess. Once you've gotten some clarity around what it is you want to do, make an assessment, guys, whether it's moving up in your career. I work with a lot of folks who, they don't want to be business owners, and that's okay, but they want to move up in their career, and there's some things blocking them. And I tell them, you're blocking you. You're blocking you because you're congregating with the wrong people, you're having the wrong conversations, and you have a vision of where you want to go, but you're operating outside of where you say you want to go. So you can't be gossiping at the water hole and say you want to move up to director. You got to do the things that directors do, guys. I don't know. Again, it's not like we're trying to figure out if there's life on Mars, right? So the second thing is do an assessment. I want you to assess, what do you know? You know, we come to the table with so much. We know so much, and we don't give ourselves credit for the things that we do know. So I want you to just get a piece of paper, like old school. Get a piece of paper and a pen. You remember what this is? It's a pen and it's some paper. And I want you to write down, what are the things that I know how to do really, really well, okay? Write those things down. And then I want you to also write down, what are those things that I don't know how to do? What are those things that I don't know? Who do I have in my corner? Who do I know? Ask yourself those questions and write the answers down, because what we want to do is we tend to work toward our strengths, but we really need to be working toward our gaps, filling those gaps. And filling the gaps doesn't always mean that you got to do it. I don't like accounting stuff. I've said that before. I know enough to make sure that the person that's doing it is doing it right. But I don't have to know all of the things that she knows, because that's a gap that I'm allowing her to fill. We spend so much time trying to fill those gaps instead of working toward getting better. We want to spend all the time on our strengths, but we need to look at, how can I fill the gaps so that I can get better in the area to serve or grow or develop. Are y'all with me? Okay. Hey guys, hey everybody. I can't see everybody in the feed, but hey, thank you for joining. The third thing, y'all ready for number 3? Let me know that you're ready for number 3. Number 3 is start closing the gaps. Start closing the gaps. It's not enough to realize, oh, well, this is what I'm good at, you know, because we're good at saying what we're good at. And these are the things that I don't like to do or I don't know how to do. But now we got to close that gap. We got to close the gap between what we know and what we don't know. And so closing the gap may mean you need to get a partner. You need to get a partner. You need to find a particular coach. And I've already talked to you about how to interview a coach. And if you need to go back and listen to that, I think it's episode number 48 on the Riot Starter Chat. But I give you 12 questions on how to interview the right person to work with you. So you may need a coach. You may need a consultant. You may need a class or a program. But you need to know what those gaps are so that you're not repeating what you already have. I remember I was working with a coach, and we were covering a lot of things, and there was someone else that I wanted to work with on a specific piece, but she gave me a proposal based on everything I was already doing with the other person. So it didn't make sense for me to replicate what I was already doing. She wouldn't allow me to do just the piece that I needed to do with her. So guess what? I'm going to stay where I am, finish what I'm doing, and then find someone who is in alignment with what I need. Guys, I go back to number 2. You already know what you need. You are already prepared for where you want to go. You just got to start taking the steps, okay? Number four, here's the big one. You got to make a commitment to it. Now, I want to talk about commitment, right? I can't even commit to a hairstyle. Don't worry, this is not about me, it's about you. But we got to make a commitment, guys. We got to make a commitment, because if you don't make a commitment, it's just another thing that you've started and you stopped and you didn't finish. None of us need any more of those things on our list. Tony Robbins says, stay committed to your decisions, but be flexible in your approach. Stay flexible in your approach. And sometimes we sabotage where we want to go before we really get started, because I gotta have this and I gotta work with this person and it's gotta look like this, and we sabotage it because we become so rigid in the process. So we need to allow ourselves to commit to where we want to go. Why am I going there? What am I doing? And then be flexible in the process, okay? Be flexible. I usually have a rubber band or something, but like a rubber band, be flexible in that process. The fifth one is get into community. Get into community. And you've heard me talk about this. Community is so important. If you're not in our community on Facebook, come and join us, Riot Starter Nation. We'd love to have you. And it's a community of accountability and inspiration and really exchanging ideas and also connections. And so if you need to be in a community, get into a community. Well, Dr. Lowe, how do I find a community? Well, guess what? I'm glad you asked. In April, we'll be starting the Accelerate Live Mastermind. Come and join us. It's going to be a community, a limited community of no more than 10 people. 10 people, guys. 10 people. Where we will answer your questions and you can partner with me to help you move to that next level, to help you get that clarity, to help you make those assessments. There's so many communities available, but you need to make sure that you're in the right one, which goes back to number 2, know what you need. See, we get lazy and we want someone to do it for us. And when you are in that mindset, when you're in that place, what happens is you don't want to do the work that you need to do, which is commitment. You don't want to do your part, and then things don't work out right, and then you want to blame that person. Stop that. It's not their fault. It's your fault that you allowed it to happen. We have to take responsibility for our lives, guys. We have to take responsibility for the riots that we want to start, for our life, our business, and our career, but most importantly, our legacy. And when we do that, the people that are watching, that's the best way to lead. That is the best way to lead, is lead by example, taking responsibility. I said I was going to give you 5, but I got one more. And the 6th one is develop a strategy and execute every day. Every day. Yes, there's something that you can do every day. There's something you can do every single day toward your mission, toward your goal, toward your riot, whether it's researching something on the internet, whether it's participating in a group. There's so much knowledge that you can get for free. Now, let me tell you, you can't become a mogul on free 99. Let me just say that. But you can close the gaps on a lot of stuff that's available before you purchase and upgrade to the next level. So you should be doing something every single day. You should be reading, you should be writing, you should be finding out what's going on. I went to a networking event for Women's History Month last week, and I met some ladies there, and they found out about it on Eventbrite. They just searched Eventbrite because they were looking for what? A new community, guys. So when I tell you you can do something every day, you can do something every day towards your goal, which goes back to commitment. If you're not committed to doing something every day, then it's just something you're tossing around. You're really not serious. And when you don't commit to your riot, you cannot expect your children to commit to their riot. You cannot expect your team members to commit to their riot. You cannot expect the family that you engage and they're around you to commit. Guess what? Because you've not shown them how to commit. Somebody has to be a leader, so stand up and lead, guys. Somebody has to do it, so do it. What are you waiting on? Nobody's going to do it for you. It's your life. So I'd love for you to join me in Accelerate Live. I'm going to put the link in, share it with someone, share this message with someone. You know, I've been away, but I'm back and I'll be bringing you these messages because I'm so excited about helping people start their riot for their life, their business, and their career. So have a happy rest of the day and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Until next time, bye.